top of the table. Scotland would draw against Norway. So it's Spain who qualified top, and of course, in theory, that'd be a preferable draw when it's made ahead of this summer. Luis Garcia joins us. Luis, unfortunately, we're not talking about Spain, their performance on the pitch, their prospects for that Euros in Germany. Once again, as we did yesterday, we started talking about Vinicius Jr. and that injury, and now for Gavi out for 6 to 8 months. A massive blow for Barcelona.
Yes, Dan, it is. And you could see when you saw the replay that that knee doesn't land properly. I think it proved that he knows that something is not right there in that knee. And yeah, it's going to be nearly 6-7 months. On these days, everything goes faster, but ACL is a very, very difficult injury to have.
We talk about it a lot, the amount of football that these players play. How much is it a case of, look, we've always played lots of football, this is just part and parcel of the game? Or how much is it now, look, we need to do something, we need to look after these players because we want to see the best players on the pitch in their prime?
Well, I understand the point that you're trying to make here, Dan, but quite frankly, it's a play that Gavi has done 1,000 times over the course of his life. The ball pops up in the air, he's turning, trying to get himself in a position where now he can bring the ball down, and out of nowhere, without contact, which tends to be the worst injuries in the game, he just takes a wrong step and now the knee goes. And so how much does that sort of have to do with the amount of games that they're playing? I'm not sure that that's the case in this particular injury.
Right.
What I would say, and you mentioned and you started the conversation as to this would be a big blow for Barcelona. What I would say about Barcelona is that in Gavi, they find, I think, the heart and soul of the team. Yep. The driving force of competitive fire through that midfield. A guy that sometimes can be reckless, a guy that can be sometimes out of control, but brings an element of energy and intensity to a midfield that otherwise can be very calm on the ball and very sort of comfortable in the passing game. Gavi brings something different. And he is indeed, I think, in my estimation, the heart and soul of that midfield for Barcelona. So in that regard, not only Barcelona, but Spain will miss that fire, will miss that drive. And as for him, a young player as he is, I suppose the only silver lining here is you are young. Mm-hmm. You will recover from this. You will be back. But it's still a difficult period to go through. And for a player like Gavi, who may have thought everything is there to play for me, the season with Barcelona, whatever Barcelona can do in Champions League, whatever happens in the Euros with Spain, everything is in front of me. Now all of that is off the table, and you have to concern yourself with getting better as soon as you possibly can.
Is it too much, Stevie?
I think when you look at somebody like Gavi, then you could look at that and say, you know, Gavi probably hasn't, you know, we always call it growing into your body as a footballer.
Right.
He's probably not grown into his body yet. And so this would be a real concern with this particular injury, because nobody ever knows whether they're going to be back to normal. And I'd probably say more times than not, you don't actually become back to yourself, or certainly your strongest. So I think the fact that he's so young and still growing into his body would be a worry for Gavi. And he needs to make sure that he takes his time.